CBC is laying off 10% of its workforce. And in a jaw-dropping interview on CBC, its president still wouldn't rule out bonuses for management. Are you fucking kidding me? As a national reporter who was laid off myself earlier this year, I'm ready to talk some shit. Because I'm tired of watching my extremely talented friends lose their livelihoods while executives cling on to their bloated salaries and goddamn bonuses, which they make off of the backs of actual journalists who break the actual news. So let's talk about it. We've watched Newsroom after Newsroom after Newsroom announced chops to their workforces this year. There have been layoffs at Vice, Jezebel, TVA, Washington Post, BuzzFeed, Bloomberg, Hearst, ESPN, MTV, Business Insider, ABC News, NPR, Vox, NBC News, and the list goes on. You can't even plan for a future in this business anymore, because we've all watched journalists widely believed to be untouchable get the same axe that's being held to our necks. And look, obviously there are huge issues with the business model. Tech giants have slurped up a huge chunk of ad revenue, and opaque programmatic advertising practices and brand safety efforts that defund the news aren't helpful either. But what the fuck are we paying these executives for if not to address these kinds of issues? On top of that, newsrooms are clinging to outdated news delivery methods, sticking their nose up at platforms like TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. And you know who's filling the void by actually adapting to those news delivery mediums? Fake news live streamers and far-right media organizations. Meanwhile, newsroom executives put strict limits on their journalists that make it near impossible for them to use those same platforms to build trust with the public, lest they show too much personality or, God forbid, a hint of bias. In a world where old white male journalists can say whatever the fuck they want about status quo opinions like government spending bad, but God forbid a Palestinian reporter says they want their family to be seen as human beings, or a female reporter take issue with non-stop threats to her life. But at least newsroom executives can collect their bloated bonuses as they chastise reporters who question authority. Something you'd think would be a desirable trait in a journalist. I am so damn tired of watching these executives stomp on the passion of talented reporters. When this industry dies, and in many ways that's where it's heading, I want these executives to know they have spilled ink on their hands. So save your sympathy and sorries when the next round of layoffs come. Instead, get angry, get organized, and ask these fuckers to actually earn their ridiculous paychecks.